Welcome back to BrainStorm with Brian Sturm. I'm a gamer, a game designer, and used to be a game tester. And this is Bioshock Infinite. I am playing this through to possibly offer education if I can, sometimes just to offer my opinion. And I do want to let my fellow game industry people know that if I ever do say something that annoys them, most of the time when I'm reacting or criticizing something, it's as a gamer. And I believe that I should be able to have my opinion as a gamer to say these things. But I do respect all the hard work, budgetary constraints, and design decisions you had to make or thought was best for your game. I do want to say that kind of stuff, though, because then I sound like an asshole otherwise. Okay. Now, if you notice, whenever I get health, the little pop out and pop back in of the health bar that they do, that was a design decision on their part to draw attention to your health going up. Beautiful moment, by the way, here.
Yeah, that's where they said I'd find her.
Telegram, Mr. DeWitt.
Huh.
Telegram for you, sir.
DeWitt, stop. Do not alert Comstock to your presence. Stop. Whatever you do, do not pick number 77. Stop. Lutess. Huh?
There's something to be said a little bit on maybe also the average male gamer or the average male in America, an unattainable woman, whether it be a mother figure or a romantic figure, a savior for yourself, that she will legitimize you and will basically make your bad parts of you go away, or the bad parts are acceptable, that she's giving you acceptance. There's a lot of that going, or it could be construed that way, or you could just be reading too much into it. Okay. One thing I do want to point out, I'm not a huge fan of the audio and the from Unreal. Not the audio that's been done in this game, but I do not like how the Unreal Engine handles audio. Quite often, you get to hear audio as if there was no wall there, or it's good. They have the distances sometimes that even though a game designer had said, here's a certain fall-off rate, and I want a certain fall-off rate, and then lo and behold, you get into the game, and it doesn't turn out that way. It's sketchy. That's been my experience with the Unreal Engine, and maybe it's changed since I've used it. Anybody see this? These seams right here? Once again, these are not glitches. Glitches don't exist, by the way, people. There's bugs. I guess the only thing I would ever consider to be actually called a glitch is maybe on a 360 when you can mess with a 360 controller and maybe get a reload faster than was intended. And it has nothing to do with the game at all. That would almost be a glitch in the interaction between, or at least the programming and design between the controller and the game. Everything else is a bug, people. It's a bug, it's a bug, it's a bug. Glitches, just if you want to be talking to people in the industry, don't use the word glitch. Anyway, so artists out there, you already know the answer to this, but this is basically this 3D asset and this 3D asset are not perfectly lined up. They are ever so slightly apart, which you could almost see if I line up the camera just right. There we go. Wow, can't believe I got the camera to line up. Anyway, and so therefore you can see the unrendered part. Once again, 20,000 assets, 30,000 assets in this game. Not everything's going to be lined up just right. But it does give you, if you're not in the game industry, you get to look and see how possibly this world is being put together. If you can see what these different pieces and these different assets, these probably 3D objects, and
Hello.
they assign the texturing later. Once again, for people who like level design, you come out here. Where do you think you're supposed to be going? Okay, well, is there anything down here? Not much. You do get a beautiful little, well, crap. You get a little moment here. I've always wondered what games decided that when you run that you get this tunnel vision thing. I don't know what it's supposed to be doing because I always feel like it just takes me out of the moment. But
Hello there,
now,
friend.
I want somebody to pay attention to this kid, these kids spinning. This kid and maybe not the kid who falls down. But anyway, remember this animation because they reuse it later in the game. Now, it's such a memorable moment. It's such a memorable animation. The more memorable something is, if you use it over and over again, not only A, do you devalue it, B, it makes this realistic world feel more and more gamey. Because you see it over again, that wouldn't happen in the real world. Interesting. Okay. So, I'm over here.
You wanna let me through here, pal?
Street's closed for your safety, fella. They're prepping tonight's fireworks back there.
There's enough TNT back there to blow Peking to Kingdom Come. Again.
Roadblock. Better find another way around.
Anyone see the lighting going on in that bush right there? That little leaf and the lighting on it. All right. Anyway, also I wanted to point out, besides I talked about the head animation earlier and the eye animation, is the mouth animation is probably outsourced. It would be in the credits, or maybe they made their own proprietary one. A lot of game companies I'm aware of, they just they license out to something that's gonna they write in their dialogue and it's gonna get the mouth movements pretty close. Now, when it's someone like Elizabeth, they're probably gonna hand tailor it. They're gonna make sure that she doesn't ever have awkward mouth. Maybe the lettuce people, I like to call them lettuce, the two lettuce scientists. You're gonna and maybe Fink. They're gonna hand touch them, or what they're gonna do is they're gonna let the automation do it, and then after the automation has done it, they're gonna touch it up. There you go. If anybody wants a little art thing going on there.
I agree.
Keep safe.
Now,
Go in.
from game design and game writing for shadowing, you're seeing audio where you have people say, "No, sir, that's that's your superpowers," and then you get to see these first of all beautiful pieces of art, and you're getting foreshadowing again. You're getting an idea of what's going to happen. All right, well, there's something with a crow, definitely lightning bolt. Okay, and there's something with a horse. And you were literally getting a list. You get a list of everything that you're going to get to use.
Mr. Jeremiah Fink himself.
Now, they get a lot of motion going on here. This flickering, these flickering flags to catch your attention. They really don't want you to miss this.
You know our prophet is fair.
Come over here.
You know our prophet is kind, and he has asked.
Also, for people, even though I was just complaining about the Unreal Engine,
Bring to you these amazing wonders.
they designed to have the fall off on this guy's audio be really long. If it was something that wasn't this important, you imagine. I mean, they're really wanting to make sure that you hear this. All right, and I love this whole section. So they go from a psychological preview to actual literal preview of all of these powers. So here you have a safe environment. I always think of Chrono Trigger. Anybody out there? God, Chrono Trigger, what a great game. And sure.
Here.
Find the devil, good sir, and cast him out. Do you have what it takes? Devil number 2. Woo! He's on a roll.
And if you're interesting that these are actually, this is randomly generated because I think on my previous playthrough those were different locations.
Here you go. And remember, if you need it lifted, lofted, tossed, or tumbled, bucking bronco is your answer.
Now, I do want to point out that that's one of the easiest Vigor games. So they do make that your very first game is, you know, reinforcing like, oh, this is easy. I can handle this. And for a lot of you who are good gamers, you're like, duh, of course I can handle this. But you got to imagine that this is a big game, had a humongous TV commercial ad budget, movie ad budget, and you're going to have a lot of people playing this role-playing game who are not good at even using the controller. Or the PC. Now I talked about this in my first playthrough. This is the establishment of really the dark part of this game, and also an acknowledgement of our actual history. Trying to sweep up the nasty parts of human history, you need to look at them and acknowledge them, and make sure they don't get repeated again. Now, they let you use a power. They're going to let you use more powers, and they're going to let you use. They're going to let you use a weapon well before you're allowed to use a weapon. So 3 from the right. Boo, I hate you. Alright. Now, I gotta admit, are they gonna let me... they're gonna let me get the rest of the remaining prizes. I never bothered to play again. So, I doubt I'm gonna get second place again. Whoa, that's harder. That seemed harder than the first one. What just happened? Oh. Well, I guess I got first place somehow. Anyway, now, if you think about the total amount of money that they're going to allow you to get throughout here, whether that's going to let you actually do something, get enough money to get that Bronco, we'll go look at it in a second here. We're running up on time. This is fantastic, by the way. So, and if you notice, they've just now started giving me barrels or crates that have nothing in it. So not everything's going to have a reward, and also it might also be because these things are randomly generated, and every now and then it's going to be empty stuff. This is just a nice little moment. I love this moment. All right, moving along. Yeah, they have this, and I think this is just to be a little thing. I didn't see any reason to be hitting that hammer over and over again.